Hello everybody. Today we're going to talk about backlighting for dramatic hair effects. This effect works best with either blondes or redheads. You can try to do it with brunettes, but it will look a little different. It's not going to look as dramatic. This is shot with two lights. One is a strobe, and that is with Beauty Dish, as you can guess from looking at her catch lights. And the other one is a continuous light. It's a tungsten light. Lowell DP is the brand name. Lowell DPs you can pick up for around like 150 bucks, I believe. It's a pretty powerful light, which I basically just position right behind the model. It's a hot light, which means that it actually emits quite a bit of heat, and you need to be very careful with that, and here's your one and only warning about that. Lowell DP is so hot that it can literally catch, can set the model's hair on fire from a couple feet away. So you need to be very aware of that. So position it far enough, check it, test it, like just put your hand, where near the model, so just to get an idea of just how much heat is being emitted. And secondly, I recommend doing what I do, and that is how I actually started doing that, because first I was just backlighting the model and shooting like that. But then I actually saw like a little puff of smoke when one of the hairs of the model kind of, set itself on fire, and I saw that little backlit smoke coming out on the van, and I freaked out, and there was nothing, there was no harm done. There was literally one single loose hair, but it immediately gave me, a warning about that. And since then, what I do is I usually use a fan to blow the hair, so that it would just go in this big mass like that. So I blow the hair. And what that does is basically it cools the hair down a little bit. So just in this case, it allows me to position it a little closer without freaking out about it. So basically, this is the three components. So it's just like one is the studio strobe light, the other one is a continuous tungsten light, and the third one is the studio fan. With fans, also just be careful. I mean, the studio fan that I use does not allow for the hair to get caught in it, because it just has a kind of a nozzle that that directs the airflow towards where I need it to be. So because obviously you need to be very careful with long hair and fans, and safety of the model always comes first. So just be careful. So these are the three components. Now, what's happening here? So because the hair is being blown by the fan, and because it is lit by continuous light, there is automatically a little bit of a blur occurring, because everything that is lit by tungsten light in this picture is going to be slightly blurred. You can see, for example, a little bit of her neck is blurred as well. The reason for that is my shutter speed. My shutter speed is set in this case at 1.16 of a second. I, as usually, shoot at pretty small apertures, in this case f32, to make sure everything is in precise focus. So 1/6 of a second. So now why is the rest of her is not blurred? Is because when you shoot with a strobe, the shutter speed, basically, the slow shutter speed basically does not matter as long as there is no continuous light present, because the speed of the strobe flash, in fact, is a lot faster than 1/6 of a second. Usually it's somewhere between 1/1000th of a second and 1/10,000th of a second, depending on the strobe model that you're using. So ultimately, it's just like that creates its own quote-unquote shutter speed, which is just basically the speed of the strobe. So that is why the front of her face, that is not lit by continuous light at all, and it's all lit only by the strobe light, is completely crisp, and only the parts of her hair and a little bit of her body right here that is lit by continuous is blurred. This way you kind of blur what you need and freeze what you need. So I use this trick quite often. It's one of my go-to tricks. Good luck playing with that. And feel free to ask away any questions. Thank you.